Hey guys, we're here again today, Hard Racing, working on our Yamaha R3 project bike. And today we're going to be installing this custom LED taillight with integrated turn signals. And as you can see, it's OEM plug for the taillight, OEM plug for the turn signals. And you'll see an extra little wire here. And that's actually your program wire. You don't have to use it. You can simply plug this thing in, swap out the little relay for an HD relay if you don't already have one, and go on your way. And it'll be good to go. Your turn signals will be integrated into the taillight. But if you want to, you can use this program wire to control a whole bunch of different features on the taillight. You can set it to be brighter for the running lights. You can set the to be brighter for the brake lights. You can set it to flash and strobe when you hit the brakes a certain amount of times. You can set it in strobe function if you're hanging out with your buddies in the parking lot. It's a whole bunch of different features you can set to program on this thing. We'll go over some of those today. But first and foremost, it is a nice OEM fit clear taillight to replace your stock one that integrates the turn signals into the taillight. Alright, so the first steps to installing the taillight is going to be remove the passenger seat, remove the little cover here, and then remove the front seat. Alright, and next you want to go ahead and fish out your taillight plug, which is the white one here. And you just press down on the little thingy on there, and it pops loose. And you undo the vinyl here, and disconnect the turn signal wires, because that's all going to go. Obviously the turn signal wires are right now running to whether you have stock ones or aftermarkets. Technically you can run those as well with the taillight. You would just basically tap into these wires with the taillight, the new taillight wires, or which most people are going to do is you're going to get rid of the signal so that it all runs through your taillight. Alright, so next you're going to remove these two Phillips heads here and these two Allen heads here. You slide the little cover off here. Get that out of the way. Got these already loosened up. Alright, next you're going to do these little quarter turn Phillips head connectors, pop outs. Basically turn them quarter and they come loose and you just pull them out. You do two here and two there. And you're basically needing it to free up the side so that you can pull out a little bit and release the little plugs that are connecting the side on the taillight. And in addition to those four underneath, you'll do these two right here. Same thing, little quarter turn pop looseners. And then that way it'll free up here and you'll be able to pull that little right there right out. And you'll basically want to slowly pull the wire through there without having it yank off or anything. And of course the tray needs to come out as well, at least on that one side. And there you go. Out with the old, in with the new. Alright, so next you're going to go ahead and replace the factory grommets, the rubber grommets from the original lights, and you'll put them in the new light. Basically just pop them right out and just stuff them back in there. And you also take the little metal capture nut, pry that off, and stick that on the new ones as well. Then once you've got it all switched over, this is what it'll look like, and it's ready to be installed. Alright, so next all you do is just run the cables down to your factory plugs, right underneath the seat latch bracket. Just run those down there. And you just spread this out a little bit. Basically just put it in the same way you took it out. There you go. And you just run the cables down to the factory connectors. And you just plug in your factory connectors. Nice and easy. Take that down out of the way. And your green wire goes to your black plug. Brown wire goes to your gray plug. And then what you do is go ahead and put your little vinyl boot back on there. There's your running light. There's your brake light. Kind of nice little extra strobe effect so that the drivers hopefully see you and don't run into the back of you. And then your turn signals. Now as you can see, they flash fast because you switched to LED lights instead of your traditional halogens. So the solution to that is this little gizmo, a little HD relay, and this is really easy to install. Here's a great thing on the R3. There's your flasher relay. Very easy to just pop it loose. Slides right out, a little rubber boot, and you literally just swap it out with the new one. Voila! Regular blinking turn signals. So now what you have is a nice, sleek looking rear end of your R3. No big, huge stock turn signals hanging out or even short stocks. It's all integrated into one unit with super bright LED lights that are way brighter than any little stock or even probably the factory ones. And the nice thing about it is it's just a super clean look. and it's brighter and more eye-catching, which at the end of the day, that's kind of what you want when you have cars around you. You want people to see that you're stopping, you want people to see that you're turning, and now it's even better than what you would normally have. And it comes in a nice clear LED lens, which gives the bike a little bit nicer look to the back end. And then the bonus of all this is the taillight is completely programmable. That included little gray wire that we showed you earlier is basically your program wire, and you can get an alternate they call blaster switch, which is basically an on and off switch, a little toggle switch, and that lets you program the light. The first one being your startup sequence. As you saw when we turned it on, it flashed a couple things, and that's basically your startup sequence. You can toggle that on and off. You can set the brake alert pattern, which is basically when you hit the brakes, what it does. You can have it just do just the lights turn on, have them flash twice, have them flash 3 times strobe, kind of like it's doing right now when we showed you. And it basically is a whole bunch of different options you can do as far as setting what the brake light's going to do when you fire off the brakes. Then you can also set the brightness of the running lights. You can set the brightness of the brake light. And then you also have the demo mode, which, like we said earlier, if you're hanging out in the parking lot with some of your buddies and you want to show off your really cool taillight, you can switch it over to demo mode, and it'll basically show all the features of the light. It'll flash the signals, and it'll flash the taillight, the running light, the brake light. I mean, it's basically exactly as it says, demo mode. And then the 6th feature is to reset everything back to factory. So, controlling the brightness of the running light, controlling the brightness of the brake light in multiple different levels, controlling what the brake light alert pattern is, and of course then the sequence on and off. So fully programmable is pretty nice upgrade over your traditional just integrated taillights that are just, it is what it is, and if you don't like it then you don't have much of a choice. So definitely a great feature to have on top of already an awesome looking taillight that just works phenomenal. It's all plug and play, and the only extra little thing you have to do obviously is the HD relay, but it's not very much, and it really, if you're getting LED front lights like a lot of people do anyways, you gotta have one either way. So, and once again, these are custom LED integrated taillight. If you have any other questions or comments, just give us a holler. We're here to help anytime. hardracing.com. We'll get you taken care of.